7 o'clock, so let's get started with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We start with roll call.
Ethan Mc,
Here.
Bill Niemeyer,
Here.
Chad Melinder,
Here.
Ryan Hardley,
Here.
Terry Reed. Here.
All right, moving straight into our claims. 2.1, approval of APVs 28719 through 28762.
I'll make a motion that we approve APVs number 28719 through 28762 as provided in our backup materials.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Ethan, seconded by Bill. Any conversations or questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that passes. All right, moving on to the adoption of minutes. 3.1, adoption of town council minutes from January 26, 2026. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion, we adopt the town council minutes from January 21st, 2026.
I'll second.
Motion made by Ryan, seconded by Terry. Do I have any additions or subtractions, corrections? Outstanding. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We're moving right along. All right. We have a spot on our agenda for public comments, and this is for anything that is on the agenda only. So this agenda's in the back. If you've got something that you would like to talk about, please come up to the podium, tell us your name and where you are located, where you live. Give our chance to the side. Okay. All right. All right. Nobody. All right. We'll move into old business, and we'll start with 5.1, the bid opening for Community Crossings Project 2026. Steve, you want to take over?
Yeah, tonight is exactly what you stated, the bid opening for the Community Crossing Project for 2026. We got a total of 4 bids in, and Zach has them, so be patient with them, because these bids, they like to wrap them up pretty good.
Got a knife this year.
I
so
see that.
Steve's looking out for me.
Typically, those aren't welcome, right? We don't.
Well, I think.
Chief said.
Isn't there like a sign on the door or something?
Yeah, Chief said it's okay.
Okay.
I think.
All right, this is Grady Brothers.
Okay.
Grady Brothers Incorporated, and we don't have it.
Paper I set on your desk, BP 27, that's what you're looking for.
I'm sorry,
The paper I set on your desk, that's kind of what you're looking for, BP 27.
BP 27.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not immediately available on the very first page. Steve, do you want to look at this and make sure?
Well, they put a lot in with their package. Oh, did they put that on the front page?
That's on the top. Yep. Are we just looking at that final number there?
Yes. You would give me, the
Okay.
the total.
You got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Again, this is Grady Brothers Incorporated. The total project cost $196,657.95.
And this is for what type of work?
For Community Crossings.
I know.
Asphalt.
The milling and paving of certain roads and a lot of crack sealing, the Bridgewood crack sealing, and the mill and pave project on the east side of town.
Okay.
Just south.
Just clarifying the work.
This is Robertson Paving Incorporated. That's right. The total project cost $128,718.50. This is from Baumgartner and Company Asphalt Services.
Could be 70,000 less. The next one, they're paying us.
An envelope within an envelope here.
Dang.
That's a new
We
one.
missed an opportunity.
Very
Can I have the
secure.
envelope, please?
Yeah, there we go. There it is.
Academy Award.
Blow on it like Johnny Carson.
I don't.
Just put it up against your head.
I'll have to look at that.
This one is
I have not
looks like
seen it.
it's not.
Somebody wanted to throw me a curveball.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Oh,
He had me in there.
that can't be it either.
Let's see.
I don't know if I'd say that was fun.
I don't know why they want to do them on the pages other than what I provide them with.
Okay, here we. I think this is probably.
Yeah, here's.
Got it. Is that right? Yeah.
Okay, again, this is Baumgartner and Company Asphalt Services. Total project cost in the amount of $113,834 and no cents.
I'm sorry, could you say 113?
$113,834, no cents.
Thank you.
Steve, can you remind us what the amount we were awarded was while he's opening that form? Do you remember?
Close to 114 and some change, right at $150,000. Total project was 142. Yeah, 142, 144.
Okay.
Ballpark. Like I said, this year was a little better because we had an 80-20 split of our population.
Okay.
All right, this is Dave O'Mara Contractor Incorporated. I'm guessing it's this
Yeah,
little.
you should just go to BP 27.
Yep. Total project cost $112,316.25.
$112,316.25.
Yeah, 112,316.25.
Hey, bummed out, Baumgartner,
Mix 'em
we
up.
bummed out.
Well, Zach, since they keep going down, could you open two more?
There's no more
Is there any
envelopes.
more? Is there no one else?
Thank you, Zach. So, yeah, we'll take, Greg and I'll take a couple days and, go over all the bid tabs, make sure the numbers are in order, and we'll award this pretty quick and get a contract signed, because NDOT wants all their stuff in by the 1st of March, so.
Do we need to make a motion to approve one of these pending your validation that it's complete?
I don't think we ever have.
I would recommend giving Steve the authority to examine for responsible and responsive bidders, and then bring a recommendation back to the council.
Is it possible to make a motion? I mean, it seems like the last three that you opened are within the budgeted line item. So is it fair to make a motion that gives Steve the authority to move forward so we can get the stuff?
Sure, I think I just recommend that he reviews it and make sure
Right.
they're all responsive and responsible, and then.
But can we make a motion
empower
so he
him.
doesn't have to come back?
Yes.
Is what I'm
Yeah.
asking.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
So I would like to make a motion that we give Steve Poole the authority to make a decision based on the Robinson, Baumgartner, or Dave Amera bids, and trust that he will review and make the best decision for the town.
I'll second that.
All right, motion made by Ethan, seconded by Ryan. Any further discussion on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? All right. Steve, let us know.
Thank you. Thank you for those who are here bidding. Appreciate that.
Yeah. And moving on to ordinance staggering, this is our continued conversation that we've been having around staggering our election cycle. Everybody up here was elected at the same time, so we're hoping to get into an election cycle that breaks that up so there's a chance to change if there's going to be change, and we don't end up with 4 newbies like we did
Or
this
5.
last time, or 5 newbies. Yeah. So
Or 6.
the one question that we did have was around
You
the
count too. You count.
term limits, and I think we had conversations. So do we just need to table this till we get that?
You're welcome to pass on first reading and then bring it back next time. I know Ethan asked me about the possibility of making the 3, I'm sorry. So the statute requires that no more than 50% can be that longer term, or
No fewer.
no fewer. Thank you. I got it backwards. So no fewer can be that longer 4-year term. So it also requires that the remaining members will be elected to terms of 3 years.
That's a requirement.
It's in statute, yes.
Okay.
Looking at it right now, 3, 10,
Great.
6, 2.5. Which, hey,
So how do we get back on a
It's kinda
regular
funky.
cycle?
well, those others would be during the general election. They wouldn't be during the municipal election. So you'd have, and then from there on, you'd have 4-year terms.
Did you reach out to the election office? To
I
clarify?
did not hear back from them.
If the statute really is like a 3 and 4, that would require us to have back-to-back, from there forward, back-to-back elections. And I'm not sure. Like, we could still end up with 5 new people with only one year of overlap, and I'm not sure that's worth the cost of going into a whole nother election. And
We have
The
to pay,
confusion.
Yeah, we have to pay for that.
You would have to
additional
pay.
election term, and especially if it's just for us, it's probably going to be more expensive.
I would recommend we wait until we hear from the election office. Like I said, the election office has all the information. I know there's statutes out there, I know there's information out there about this now, but I would implore the council to wait until we talk to the election office on this matter, to get more information, get more guidance on this before we act on it.
yeah,
Is that a motion to table?
I will make a motion to table this until we hear further information from the election office on how to proceed.
I will second that motion because it's the second time this evening you have implored us. And that deserves a second.
Okay.
Well, Ryan made a motion to table, and Bill was implored to second. Is there any further discussion on that?
how can you discuss imploring?
No, I can't. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, that's everybody. Okay, so I think maybe one of us could reach out. I might just make a call down there and see if we can get to the bottom of it, or hopefully get them to respond.
I'll try
to
them
you.
again.
Yeah. Awesome. I appreciate it. All right. Moving on to new business. Do I hear a motion to receive the conflict of interest filing that we received as of last week?
I make a motion to receive the conflict of interest.
I'll second.
Oh, Terry second.
Bill made a motion. Terry seconded. Those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. We are going to table the town center project LOI and ratio contract as they are not prepared at this time. So please table those for the next meeting. And that brings us into continued council conversations. And the one that we have to talk about is employee evaluation. So I sent a form, tried to keep it pretty simple and easy to do, but also provide bandwidth for conversation, direction, things of that nature. I don't know if anybody had a chance to look over it, provide any feedback, love it, hate it, change it.
I thought it was good.
I think the starting someplace and seeing how we can or need be to build off there makes a lot of sense. Out of curiosity, have you shared it with our directors at all?
I sent it to all of them, yes.
So are there any thoughts on y'all's?
I'm open, right? And I think what Ethan's talking about is a thought that I always like to approach with these kind of things, right? It's a new process. I think it would make sense to set ground rules and thoughts of what we want to do, and then continue to have a conversation. Hey, this didn't work. We want to add this. Hey, twice a year. We kind of want to go to 3 times a year or 4 times a year. We want to do it once a year, whatever that is. I mean, it could be an informal mid-year and then a formal end of year. I've seen that. It's kind of up to what we want to do, but the key here is to provide structure so that we can provide feedback, constructive criticism, things of that nature, and help people understand, set goals, and work on making sure that we're all doing the right things.
And we definitely like the town side had that done before, our budget in July, we just have one of them done.
Yeah, I think if we look at like the first and third quarter, it gives us one and then another one before budgets are approved, right?
Police side does ours twice a year. We do it because somebody may start off like a ball of fire, and if you wait till the end of the year, something could have changed. So we try to do it twice a year to set those goals. Here's what we need to do. Hey, you've done a great job. So we've done this for quite a while. Yours is fine. We've kind of had ours set for a long time. So I'd be happy to change, stay the same, whatever you guys like us to do. But we do meet up with our guys. Actually, probably every meeting we usually have a kind of a talk around, but then we also have where they have a sit down twice a year and do a kind of evaluation where they need to improve or where they've done such a great job. So we're open to whatever you guys want to go forward with. I'd recommend at least twice a year.
Yeah, I like the twice a year. I think a mid-year check-in, and usually those are not as formal. Hey, these are the kind of the things that if I was going to end your grading today, this is how I would grade it. These are the things that I would say, I would like you to work on. Here's a goal I have for you. Go from there. And then the second one's just a follow-up from that. Hey, since our last conversation, things got better. Hey, I'm concerned about this. Vice versa. That's how I would propose to do it. But again, I think what we're trying to do is provide framework that makes it easier for everybody. And again, that should be part of the conversation when we go into merit increases. They should be based on merit, not, hey, everybody's getting us a blanket statement, right? And I think that drives kind of like, yeah, it's an accountability, and also people want to get paid for their performance, right? I know one of the things that was not my favorite thing about the military is the guy that was in just as long as I am, doesn't matter how hard he works, he's getting paid the same, right? So I think this is a tool not only to help with those conversations, but to also, focus on what you guys want as your employees to drive towards. So. we can talk about it again at the next session if you guys want to stew on it a little bit and think about.
I haven't had enough time to really look at that.
I mean, we've had
obviously
beautiful
been
weather. I don't know why.
Short,
you know.
well, yeah,
No.
with Jenny on
Yeah,
vacation
and I think
Brian not
there's a lot
well.
of stuff that's happened in the
Yeah.
last 2 weeks with us being shut down for a couple days, and then the excitement of flipping switches and breakers. So just think through it. I'll put together kind of my initial thoughts, bounce it off this group, and say like, hey, what if we did it at the end of the first quarter or beginning of second, and then before we go into budget time, and then that way you guys are armed with that information to go in there and say, hey, this is what.
Working through it, I think somebody just said that, once you work through it, then you might see flaws or something that needs to be added,
Yeah, we
just
don't have to adopt
going-
this and rubber stamp it and everybody, what I mean? It can have changes. And also, like, there's going to be different departments. So if there's a piece in there where you need department specific, like I put it into an Excel file so that we can change it, we can adopt it, we can do things with it.
Did you save it?
I did save it on Ryan's typewriter. So if you guys want, I'll have
I
him
think
bring
a
that
lot
up.
of these things talk about with the employees
100%.
on a daily basis almost, it's
Yep.
like, hey, how do you think we should attack the next few months, or what are we working on? What's new? What's stressful? What's not?
Yeah, I would say the last thing that I'll say on the topic is I think having our team members, our employees be part of it too, helps them track their
Absolutely.
performance. What I always liked is when people fill this out and almost turn it into you as like, hey, here's what I've accomplished during this time frame, right? Because you're starting to get a little bit of like what they're proud of, what they've worked towards, and then you can provide feedback from that.
And it gives the employee a chance to voice something that you were like, oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
it
realize.
has to be a conversation back and forth.
100%.
Because, I think they should evaluate me as much as I evaluate them.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're continuing to grow too, we're taking like sergeants over their different shifts. We're gonna have those guys do their reviews on their people,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will do the sergeants. That way, they feel involved, they have responsibility as well, so it's been helping us to move forward. So I really like what you presented. The guys they're ready for it.
Yeah, and I think it prepares them to step into new roles and to be prepared to do that. So cool. Awesome. So we'll just have another conversation around that. I'll put together some framework on what I think and then send it out to the group again. And then you guys can say,
We'll
yes,
put it on the next
we want to
agenda.
do this. Yeah. So we'll keep it on the agenda. Is there anything else that we need to talk about as a council? I received a email from a citizen who was talking about the road outside just south of the intermediate school on 200. That is not a New Palestine road, but what they talked about was that during school pickup times, there's a lot of traffic that's moving really fast in front of there. They talked about how they had talked to the school board and somebody from the town or from the county, and they said they couldn't do anything because the traffic there's not enough traffic there. So what I asked them to do was to get me the names of the people they talked to so we can have a conversation. Again, it's not inside of our town
What
limits.
road is it though?
It's on 200
200
south of the intermediate school, basically the entrance to the intermediate school.
Okay.
But it goes along to the conversation that we've had before around that intersection of 200 and 500. And I think depending on when you would do a traffic study there would probably drive much different, what am I trying to say?
Data?
Data, but how much it's being used. Yeah. So like
Well,
if you pick,
July would be different then.
correct. If you pick like the season where you've got softball, baseball, football, cheerleading, and tennis going on, I guarantee you're going to see more than if you were checking it right now, right? So I just think it's something that we can, again, I don't think it's on the town to try to solve, but I think it's something that we can help with. So I'm sure I've got somebody who knows somebody who could probably help us out with that.
So as far as the traffic counts and speed on that road, the traffic counts are increased enough to where we have striping on that road now.
Mhm.
We haven't had striping on it in the past. That road's striped now. As far as the speed goes, the speed's based on the 85th percentile. So, the county could do a speed study on there, But if that speed study comes back and, the 85 percentile hits on 50 mile an hour, then 50 mile an hour is the speed limit.
What?
What about school zone? Like, does
That
it fall
doesn't
there?
affect the school zone, right? The school zone is
That
school zone.
makes no
Yeah, and
sense.
that would be up to the engineer.
So I think that the email states that
When it comes down to the school zones, that's gonna fall on the engineer's, study.
There is a school zone, right? Already established there?
No, there is no school zone on 200 South in front of that school.
Why not?
It's not listed as a school zone.
There's one on, 600, but there's not one on 200.
And how that's established,
indicated the
Because-
traffic volume was insufficient for a school speed limit sign, is what the email says.
well, yeah, it didn't come through me.
Okay.
But if that went to the
I thought
engineer,
school zone was based on a school.
and I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
I do volume counts and speed studies. I don't determine where and when school zones are applied and where they're not applied, so. I don't know who they talked to from the county, but they did.
I asked and I haven't got anything back, but what I'll do is I'll proactively send it to the council to be able to see it. And then Chief, I also said that I would have a conversation with you at this meeting to see if maybe there's a presence here and there that we could do. I know it's outside, but we do help out here and there, or maybe we can talk to county to see if they can help.
That'd be a county
On
thing.
your blessing, I'd be happy to help any way I can, but
Okay. Well, at your discretion. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not dictating it. I just think that.
Well, the
it's
good
something
thing
that we
about
can
those
talk about.
traffic studies is they identify, you can go hour by hour increments and you can identify when the speeding's, the worst. So you can narrow down when those police officers need to sit there and enforce that speed.
the only issue I would tell you is we have enough of a speed problem with our school zones
Yeah,
that throwing me up north is gonna take us away from our home.
agreed. And you'll see my email. I comment about the fact that we're looking to hire another officer and we're stretched a little thin, but it's something that we can talk about. Again, not something that we need to solve now, but just something that we can think about and talk about.
Is there a school speed zone for Brandywine?
Yes,
Really?
yes.
Brandywine has one, but the intermediate school doesn't?
Yeah, I will,
Someone screwed up.
I will,
Luckily, we're bringing this to the attention of some people who know some people.
I will ask about it.
Fix this.
I will ask about it. I don't, and like I said, I don't know, when and where and why school zones are
All right.
posted. I don't know that. I've never had that question asked, so.
I'd be in favor of a petition to designate the school a school zone.
Awesome. Okay, that's all I had. Has anybody else got any continued council conversation?
Oh my gosh.
We'll implore that.
We
Let us
will.
implore somebody.
We will implore. Okay.
Not continued, but I will add that I passed out some material earlier to you guys, going over the employee benefits section. I'd like you guys to take some time to review that information. I threw it together, just some thoughts on my end. I'd like to have individual conversations with each one of you and share my thoughts on why I did this and what changes could be made, could not be made, why I did it. And some feedback I've gotten. So we'll add this to the agenda to talk about at the next council session, the next council meeting. We'll put it on the agenda to discuss, but in between then, I'd like to have individual conversations with you.
May I have a copy of that as well?
No.
1000%.
He's got to type it back again. I know. This is how hard he works for the town.
6.
Any legal updates?
No legal updates.
All right, moving straight to Jen.
Real quick, we picked up the trailer today for the speed sign.
Woo!
Kyle, the wastewater plant, they put it together, so I'll take it, it's a diamond plate put on it, we're gonna have a street post welded on it. And, we'll get everything set up on it, get that thing running, by the end of this month.
I love it. Thank you. I'll be waiting for my.
Hopefully you've noticed that street walks were cleaned out this week. Kyle, wastewater plant, and Steve Moore, they came through. He asked for a depot street, we picked up that and we hit both sides, so I think it's actually cleared all the way down, pretty down, so.
Above and beyond.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I was most concerned when I appreciate how quickly you were able to make that happen, because I mostly was concerned that the snow was so deep, the access to the crosswalk signal wasn't accessible. So that was taken care of that same day. So thank you very much for taking care of that. Appreciate it.
And then, another thing, I had a great conversation today with, Toby, Hotel, and, G4 Architects, they're out in Florida. They started, drawings on the apartments, they're kind of working with Wellness Center on the architectural features of that, and they'll be able to present it. They're actually hoping to, permit sometime by the end of May, 1st of June. So that's a pretty good, quick, it's a pretty good pace right there, so excited about, just kind of going through some of the things there that they were talking about. One thing caught my is the amenities. They've got a wellness space, a wine bar, lockers, tasting room, a golf simulator, a media room, a valet dry cleaning, movie room, and a podcast room. So it's gonna be a lot of amenities. Swimming pool. It's gonna have a lot of-
Can you buy a subscription without paying for an apartment?
Yeah, it's all there.
We'll host one of our meetings there once a year.
Yeah.
Just
Seems only
test out the golf simulator.
It seems only reasonable.
Things are looking very well.
Awesome. If they need anything to speed that up, we're ready to help. Awesome. Steve.
No, I've been covered.
Awesome. I appreciate all the work that you and your team did. I saw you guys out there quite a bit, during the snow blitz of 2026. I was going to say apocalypse, but yeah, snowpocalypse. Anyway, really appreciate that. I had a lot of people that commented. I think my brother even tried to flag somebody down, see if they needed any water, and they were like, nope, we're good, and kept going. So appreciate all the work.
Thank you for us on coffee.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said, if energy drinks, they may have stopped. Chief.
So we've moved forward with the hiring process, and we've actually made an conditional offer to a gentleman who is a 10-year veteran. So nice thing is we are getting somebody who's trained. He was 5 years in Orlando, Florida, 5 years Greenwood PD. He currently lives in our community area, has kids that go to our school system. So he is heavily vested in our community.
Awesome.
Nice guy, nice young man. He served in the military as well. So we're looking at a start date for him on the 9th of February. More paperwork than anything, and then hopefully we can kind of like what we did with the last officer, just move him fairly quickly and get him out on the streets. So, no academy for him, just our FTO program here within house, and we'll get him up and running.
Perfect.
Awesome. Yvonne.
I want to say, I think Friday, we're going to authorize a little bit of overtime for some officers. The children or the high school students possibly doing a peaceful protest. So we're going to have officers available just to protect, have safety out there. Anything was to get said, done, we're just going to be there for them in the community. So you may see a few more officers out Friday after.
Appreciate the proactive approach. Yvonne.
Not a whole lot other than finished out the year, got all the information closed out in the accounting program, and I am almost done. Well, the end is in sight and all the uploads to the state. So we're doing quite well according to Jared. We're probably one of the first in his group of customers to have it completed. So
Awesome.
moving right along, that's really all I have.
Great work by you and your team. Thank you. Now we will move to the agenda topic for public comments. So this is 5 minutes on any topic. If you would like to speak, please come up to the podium, tell us your name and where you live, and we'd love to hear from you. The microphone's there for a recording. It will not amplify anything you say, but it's recording us so that anybody that wants to watch from home can watch.
I guess I'm just coming tonight because I want to reach out and find out where I can get some help figuring out my situation. I live on Mill Street.
Can you tell us your name and
Sorry, it's Kelly Lucas, and I live at 22 East Mill. And I have a new neighbor. We've had some issues with the parking. There's an alley that goes in between our house. I think I was talking to Ryan about that. Is it vacated? I guess that kind of changes things.
The alley, yeah, so I did some research on this and the alley was vacated.
So with it being vacated, that means it's split down the middle?
Zach, can you answer that question? When an alley's vacated, do you know there, on GIS, it shows a legal boundary here and it shows a legal boundary here. When the alley's vacated, can you tell me if that is split down the middle and half of it goes to one property and half of it goes to the other? Do you know?
I cannot tell you off the top of my head with a definitive answer, but that sounds like the logical.
It's safe to say that it sounds logical, but my problem is if you split it down the middle, it's not a car with wide, I can't access my driveway.
To your situation there, the way, because I know that you want that wall, and we want to move this wall.
It's not that I just want it moved, it's sustaining damage on my vehicle.
Yes, well, it's on his property, so the issue is you don't want him to put that, you don't want him to put his barrier right down the middle of that alley, and you guys are forced to figure out how to park. So he's actually moving it, I think, a foot over that alley the way, he's not looking at that alley, so you're gonna get probably full access to the alley, you're gonna have to drive, so I'd probably leave well enough alone at this point, because he's gonna put we're making him remove the cylinder blocks, and he's gonna put a landscape and berm through there, so.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I just,
100%.
the damage to my vehicle, I mean, I don't have as much money as he did.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got an open hole out
Very
here
frustrating.
because there was a gas tank when they put the sewer line in, that they got them out and cut it. I think it's been pumped out, but they're going to fill it up. And then he's going to asphalt that parking, he's going to landscape, so.
My next
Once
question,
it's said done, he's invested a lot of money, I think it will look nice, so I think it's going to work for both of you.
okay. I also have a question about his security camera. It has it actually mounted to the utility pole. It's not, can't do that.
That's a question for Duke.
Probably whoever's pole it's on.
I should call them.
Yeah, it's the utility pole.
Okay, I guess I was just reaching out for help because it's been so frustrating since, I mean, I came in and kind of went to bat for him, thought that would be great for the area and great for our town. And it's just been, I'm kicking myself now. It's very difficult.
My question, Jim, is, when are the blocks gonna be moved?
I told him he had 30 days. I did the final probably a week and a half ago, and prior to that final, I asked him, that's at that time he was putting in the sewer. I gave him 30 days to have it moved. Listen, he should have had the tank filled by this time, so we can have him move it. But he can't put the berm up right now. He can't landscape it right now. But that's saying, nobody park over there.
No, I have no problem not parking. That was never the issue on my end, I didn't think. But his concern to me was he didn't want us to damage his gravel. There's been gravel the whole 15 years I've lived there. And it's just,
Yeah, actually, the Pubex, they put up those concrete cylinders from back. So.
Yeah, so I guess that's my only thing is, if we never gave him permission to put those up.
Nope.
He did that on his own accord. So if she drives in there and slides into those,
it's already happened. It's already happened.
so would that be on his insurance or? Yeah, it's just, it's unfortunate. I know we're trying to mitigate between I understand he's trying to make the property better and nicer, and there's things that he has his hands tied on. He can't asphalt the parking lot, he can't do the landscaping right now. Those are things that are gonna have to come later, but the fact that he does have to remove the concrete blocks. And then, I guess you guys, if you wanted to, I'm just looking at GIS pictures here. If you guys wanted to widen your driveway to the east a little bit.
We planned on maybe cutting into our yard just so that we can get 2 cars. Because I have grown children who, they like me. They like to come to my house and visit me. So, and that's been kind of, they can't get into our driveway all at the same time now. And if somebody has to leave, we have to pull all the cars out of the driveway and then pull them in. I have an enclosed trailer that I cannot get out of my driveway with those concrete walls there. I can't make the turn.
Well, I guess my next question is, if they needed to cut into their, because of the development of this property, because of everything going on here, if they needed to cut in east, go into the east of their drive to widen their drive because of these new circumstances, would it be something that maybe we could waive the permit fee for them to do that? So maybe we waive the permit fee for you guys to be able to widen your drive to the east a little bit. It's
appreciate
an
that.
unusual circumstance, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the house has
So-
been there 130.
Right, right. And, you know, obviously you guys got the benefit from the property being,
Sure.
you know, the way it was for many years, and then change comes along, it's difficult for everybody. But it's not aesthetically pleasing to have the blocks there for anybody in the neighborhood.
Oh, no, it looks terrible.
And things will get better. So when it comes to planning commission, and he has to put up the landscaping mounds, and we talk about what needs to be a barrier in between your house and the property, you know, we can make some suggestions to him and hopefully remedy this situation in the future. I know it's frustrating now, but we'll work through this. Planning commission, council will work through trying to help both parties get through this.
I appreciate that.
Well, I'd like to consider, can we shorten the 30 days? The fact that the pub asked to install similar, and we said no, they didn't ask or receive any kind of permit or approval. And I know that under normal circumstances, to fix something, 30 days is reasonable. But here we've got a condition that, number one, isn't approved, and number two, is causing actual damage. I'd like us to consider shortening the 30 days and get them moved sooner rather than later.
How far are you into your 30 days?
I got to check right on that. But,
Even if he could just move the one that's at the very end close to the street, it comes out so far that it makes it difficult. My brother-in-law has a 3/4 ton like work, and his daughter's disabled, and he can't make that turn without recorrecting and, you know,
Either way, really, 'cause our block wall right there on the other side. Either way you turn into our drive, it's.
and if he just moved that one, it'd widen it a little bit so that, like Chloe came by yesterday, and when she pulled to the driveway, she swung wide so that she avoided the concrete wall that he put up, but as a result got her stuck in the driveway at the very beginning. It's become,
Yeah, I mean, so what about if we shorten the time period, the response period, and maybe lessen the problem?
I get what he's trying to do, I just think that
I couldn't appreciate those all along.
Yeah, I'd be for, and they've been there a substantial amount of time, haven't they?
way too.
But, you know, realistically though, like I said, that alley's vacated, and right now you could use half that alley. And then you got to move that driveway over another 10 feet, look what that would do to the property, so.
Is that the case even if it's the only access into my driveway?
Yes, yeah, that's, yeah, you know, that's the way those alleys were designed, you know, 100 years ago. I think they were really coal alleys.
No, but I mean, if it's vacated, I only have half of.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we can shorten that, though, yeah.
You're not causing.
Can you just reach out to him to see if he can do it as soon as possible? I mean,
We had kind of the same argument, we didn't want people parking over there, he said he's invested a lot of money into
But he doesn't have a parking problem there. He's trying to avoid a problem that doesn't exist.
Yeah, he should not have put them up, period.
all right. Thank you for coming in. We're
Yes.
sorry about the frustration
Yeah, we'll try to
and the
see
damage.
if we can help expedite that. All right. Anybody else? All right. Council comments. Bill, you are starting us out.
Well, you stole a little bit of my thunder earlier, because the first thing I have is that I wanted to thank everybody that was involved with cleaning the streets, the sidewalks, you know, above and beyond, and fantastic. Great job cleaning the snow when we got such a large amount in such a short time period. So thank you for everything that was done there. Also want to thank the town employees for working in polar conditions. And finally, I want to congratulate, I don't know when this has ever happened, but recently, all 14 members of the high school wrestling team advanced from the sectionals to the regionals. We've had many teams where the majority have advanced, but every single wrestler, all 14 classes moved on. So I want to say congratulations, because that's a neat accomplishment. That's all I have.
Terry?
ditto, and, that's all.
Great job.
I'm cold.
Brian?
I'll echo Bill and Terry's sentiments.
Great job. Ethan?
I will echo with comment only that in watching our team clear the streets, number one, excellent job. But I saw them stop and help people. And I love the fact that we live in a town when in the midst of being busy, in the midst of trying to do all of the things on coffee and energy drinks and little to no sleep, our town employees care enough to stop and help. And it warmed my heart to see in the midst of pushing snow, when they saw town members having a difficult time, they were willing to stop what they're doing to help. And so I appreciate that. The only other thing I'll offer is Friday is a council chat. Terry and I will be, I assume, you still good? I think they have heat there. Terry and I will be at Tia's at 8 a.m. Friday for this month's council chat.
Outstanding. I saw I was last, so that's why I kind of sprinkled in my thanks to the blouse because I knew I wasn't.
You are the
gonna get a chance.
president.
Yeah. So
Good to be
yeah,
the president.
I'll echo what everybody else said. Really appreciate all the work. I know it's been a interesting 2 weeks with snow event, our current situation with the temperature of this building, but appreciate everything that everybody's done to make that happen. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Ryan made the motion and Ethan seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we are adjourned.